Next on Worcester News tonight, an officer-involved shooting in Auburn sends one man to the hospital. Developing details we are learning. Plus, College of the Holy Cross students speaking out against alleged assaults on campus. Now administrators are taking action. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Developing news tonight out of Auburn, police are investigating an officer-involved shooting in town. Both Auburn and state police are on scene investigating. Police say a man with a gun was spotted in his truck. Worcester County District Attorney Joe Early spoke a short time ago. Our Cam Jandro has the details.
Yeah, Olivia, a be on the lookout was issued for a red pickup truck with New Hampshire license plates. And when they found that truck right here in the Shell gas station parking lot on Swanson Road in Auburn, a probationary officer called local police to report it. If you look closely, you can see multiple bullet holes coming out of the windshield of the vehicle. An altercation took place shortly after police had confronted the man who had a firearm.
When the Auburn police officers did respond to the scene, they found one male occupant with what appeared to be a firearm in his possession. There was interaction between the Auburn police officers and the man who was in the vehicle. After that, shots were fired. He was wounded. He has been taken to a local hospital.
Now, no police officers were reported as injured. Chief Andrew Saluk is saying there is an active investigation, but people that live in the area shouldn't have any concerns. In Auburn tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, thank you, Cam. And two people are arrested in Worcester this morning, charged with armed assault to murder. Worcester police say an off-duty officer noticed a Jeep traveling on Providence Street. Three men walking fired shots at the Jeep, and the front passenger, identified as 39-year-old Emmanuel Wye, fired back. Police say the three men ran from the scene. The officer then followed the Jeep in his personal car as other officers responded. The 18-year-old driver of the Jeep, Juliana Morin, and Wye were eventually both arrested. A loaded handgun was found in the back seat. Switching gears now, some are preparing for the first snow. We could be looking at more than 3 inches. Let's get you over to meteorologist Tim Kelly for more.
Oh yeah, it is plenty cold outside. The air right now coming out of southeastern Canada, direct discharge from Hudson Bay, central Canada. And then you have an upper level low. It's snowing in Arkansas. It snowed in Louisiana yesterday, the earliest snow on record in Houston and Galveston. That snow is spreading right in our direction, arriving within about 24 hours. You can make out that sort of Arctic boundary that came in with the temperature was the warmest right after the sun came up today. The temperature's been falling. All right, so here is tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Snow arrives in New York City about 5, coming right into central Massachusetts between 8 and 10, starting to accumulate by 10 o'clock, and the ground is cold, so it may snow an inch an hour or greater for a couple of hours before it changed to sleet and freezing rain and rain. So although it's not going to be that deep, it's going to be very dense snow. We wake up on Friday morning, it's probably raining with a temperature in the 30s. About 3 inches of snow, a little more as you head up the hills, and then there's sleet and freezing rain on top. More to talk about coming up in a few minutes.
And with snow in the forecast, the city of Worcester is amping up preparations, but DPW says it can be difficult to prepare for storms this early. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with more. Chandler?
Olivia, the DPW is concerned they don't have enough equipment if tomorrow night brings a plowable storm. They start preparing the city's equipment in July, but say it's not enough manpower and private contractors aren't all ready. The season's first coating of snow could come this week, but the Worcester DPW isn't fully ready for the early winter weather. They're reaching out to the public with an ad for private contractors on Twitter.
It's very busy out there with landscaping and pipe work and all the things these contractors do. And, you know, we know that a lot of them aren't thinking snow yet, so we know that it'll be difficult to get contractors in to get their plows ready.
The DPW says they have about 80 pieces of city equipment ready to go, but still need private trucks, tractors, and sanders to maintain 500 miles of city streets.
We have people making phone calls now, talking to all the contractors who've worked for us in the past. Are you able to plow? Are you ready to plow? Do you have your sanders ready?
While the DPW works to determine what equipment is available if a winter storm comes through Thursday night, residents are also preparing.
The last day and a half, we've sold nearly 4 truckloads of salt and we sold a bunch of shovels.
Barrow's Hardware on Webster Street says they've been stocked with winter supplies since the beginning of October. They put in their orders based on what was needed last year and say it's important to be prepared early.
We've had customers as early as the end of August want to know when we're going to get our rock salt in. They've been up here long enough to know that it's coming and might as well be prepared for it.
DPW Commissioner Paul Moosey says though more contractors are starting to sign up, he's worried there won't be enough equipment for a plowable storm. The department typically aims to have 300 pieces of equipment on the roads.
Obviously, an early storm like this, you don't need that many, but we'd like to get at least half of that, and I'm even concerned whether we can get half of that.
Moosey says their winter fleet won't be at 100% until after New Year's. He says many contractors have other work and snow removal isn't their top priority. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Giving students a chance to speak up and voice their concerns about alleged assaults on campus, the College of the Holy Cross is canceling classes Friday to host a campus-wide gathering. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now with the details. Rosalind?
Olivia, the college says they want to build a supportive community after some students allege unacceptable actions are taking place on campus.
The College of the Holy Cross is canceling all classes and athletic practices Friday afternoon to hold a series of conversations about the culture on campus. They say they are hoping to build a supportive community.
Almost everyone that I know is going.
The college is investigating a report of an incident from October of anti-LGBTQ violence on campus. An Instagram account was made sharing more than 70 posts of alleged sexual assaults.
Everyone's heard stories, and it's definitely something that has been kind of kept quiet over the years.
I've heard from a lot of girls about stuff happening.
Students we spoke to say they're happy the school is taking action on the alleged assaults.
It's definitely a good start to, addressing the issues. There definitely has to be a lot of other work done to actually fix the kind of environment.
The school is recognizing that there's a problem and wants to have students talk and sort of embrace the conversation.
The Instagram account creators say in a statement, "We are optimistic that this initiative was organized with the student body in mind, but an epidemic of rape culture cannot be addressed simply by a series of talks." In addressing the account, the college says they think it's a positive place for people to share their stories. They say the Friday conversations are not a reaction to one particular incident, but more about the current climate in society.
I'm really happy someone's finally doing something about it.
Now, the summit will be Friday from 1 to 4 and will have a number of different conversations, including one titled Engaging the Community on Prevention of Sexual Misconduct. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The Webster Police Department's Opiate Task Force will be holding a discussion with residents on Thursday. The event will feature guest speakers, including Tara Rivera from the Recovery Centers of America. Deputy Chief Michael Shaw says the department started the task force a year and a half ago to fight the opioid crisis in town. He says he hopes to show residents their department is here to help.
Chris Savasta, who was involved with the Reconciliation House down the street, and his journey and how he's turned his life around. So, just to let people know that there is help out there for them. And then finally, we'll have a presentation by the Webster Opiate Task Force, kind of what we're doing here in town, and it'll be followed by a brief question and answer period. So people have questions they want to ask or comments, they're more than welcome to come down.
And the event will start at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow at the town's public library and is free to the public. Worcester Public Schools announcing a new program in hopes of preventing youth drug use. Administrators say the opening of recreational marijuana shops has them concerned. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us now with the details. Brittany?
Olivia, Superintendent Maureen Benenda says this is uncharted territory for the district. She says the program's goal is to help students who are using drugs get help rather than suspending them. As recreational marijuana shops prepare to open in the city, the Worcester Public Schools are expecting an increase in youth drug use. It's why Safety Director Rob Pizzella is starting a drug intervention program.
We want to make sure that if there are students coming into our schools that we feel could either be under the influence of marijuana or are in possession, we don't want to suspend them.
Rather than facing a possible 180-day suspension, students will get drug use prevention education with their parents involved.
Really to be able to sit down with the parents and say, we need you to be a partner in our venture to try to get your children to stop using these harmful drugs.
They can get treatment early so that they can go on to go to college or career and be successful adults.
The district received a $15,000 federal grant for the program. Superintendent Maureen Beninda says it will allow them to provide help for students using drugs.
This is like somewhat uncharted territory. We really want to prepare our students, to be able to understand the challenges and to be able to say no. And if they find themselves that they are addicted to the drugs, to get them the help that they need.
The plan is for the schools to hire a teacher and clinician to run the session a few times a week. Pizzella says marijuana is the #1 drug used by high school students, and this program will make a big difference.
Marijuana is still the gateway drug. Down the road, we will be able to expand upon this type of program and to provide it into our everyday classes.
Pizzella says the program will begin in January. The district will also be hosting a youth and drugs conference at North High School this Friday. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Actor Liam Neeson making an appearance in downtown Worcester Wednesday. Neeson and crews could be seen on Main Street during film production. In the scene, the actor is answering the phone while walking downtown. The movie is called Honest Thief, and according to IMDb, it's about a bank robber who tries to turn himself in, but then realizes the federal government is more corrupt than him. Filming will take place in Worcester and Oxford through December. Card tricks, mind tricks, and magic. They're all part of a new club at WPI. The Society of Magicians was created earlier this year at the school after student Emily Stackins learned WPI didn't have a magic club. Close to 20 students are part of the group, meeting once a week. Stackins says they perform in front of other students and share new tricks they've learned with each other. But one thing they will never share with us is their magic secrets.
I know. People really like it. People really like seeing the tricks. I think at WPI, because there are a lot of engineers, they also really like it even more than maybe some other people would, because they want to figure it out. They want to know. And so there's been a lot of interest in people joining the club. It's a new club, but we already have quite a number of members.
I started teaching myself sleight of hand. And then from there, I kind of started looking at professional magicians and what they were doing. And I taught myself how to see a trick on the screen or on a stage and kind of deconstruct it in my mind and put it back together in my own way. And that's how I kind of went on teaching myself.
And students who are interested in joining the club can contact the society directly.